From your perspective, progress report of the move to center, where are you at so far?
I think it's going really well right now. Me and Josh are getting comfortable with each other. For a while, like, he was used to how Mitch snapped it. Mitch tended to snap it to his left. That's how Josh was used to it. So this whole offseason we've been working, trying to train him coming back to the center, and I think we're just starting to click, and we're finally starting to gel together.
Is that natural for you to go to the left, or was it more natural for you to go to the other side? Are you trying to?
So we try to meet in the middle. So start working in spring, then spring in the off season. It's one thing until you start get the live bullets of camp. He's just for the past 4 years with Mitch snapped it to his left naturally. That's just how he did it. So Josh was used to that. So we just slowly started working it back to center until where he's comfortable.
Might have factored into some of the snaps that we've seen not be completely in the mark.
Yeah, just at the beginning, that's just getting used to the live reps, just full speed. Like, you can practice as much as you want without someone over top of you, but as soon as you get like a tilted shade that's trying to jump right down your face, it's a little bit different, and just getting used to that again. And luckily, that's, I think, in the past now, and we're finally starting to click, and we're fully comfortable with each other.
Since spring, we hadn't had pads on yet or anything. You had mentioned then that you basically are a center.
Yeah,
that's you. That's what you want
yep.
to be. Was it still take a minute though to get the center mentality back once you get the pads on out there?
Yeah, it kind of like you mentally I was there and all that ready, but it's just a little different once the pads come on. You know how it is. It's just getting used to it. At guard, there's a little bit more separation, but center right on top of you, just getting used to it again. It's just like getting back on a bike.
What about the communication aspects with the rest of the offensive line? Obviously, you're familiar with most of them. Where is the progress with that?
I'll tell you, right now where we're at is better than at any point last year. Just how all five of us are communicating, make sure we're all on the same page, then turn back talking to Josh, and he's correcting us, or he's making sure all our calls are correct. Tackles are doing a great job. If we alert anything, they're communicating out to wide receivers. If they have to go down to my point, just make sure everyone's on the same page. I felt like last year a lot of times, the five of us might have known what we're doing, but we didn't communicate enough to the tight ends or wide receivers, or Josh might have been something else. But I think we did a great job, especially Joe Brady, getting us all together and make sure we're all on the same page. This offseason and now during camp, we have the running backs in us with meetings and the O-line, just see how they want to hit the hole, our calls and our blocking schemes. So I think just mesh together, everyone's on a better page already this year.
How have you seen O'Cyrus Torrence grow the most? I mean, obviously you're playing next to him now as opposed to both guard spots, but you watched him on film all last year. What have you seen from him?
I think he's just become a more confident player. Last year, being a rookie, he tossed right into the fire right away. There's a little bit of doubt. If he had a bad rep, he'd let that get to him. I see that this year, he's letting that he's being a lot more level-headed, more calm demeanor, and I think that just comes with maturing, just getting used to that position, and now he's starting to close it. Him and Spencer are very close now. He's just getting fully used to playing with me next to him now.
You've been around a lot of really good guys at that position. What's the ceiling for O'Cyrus Torrence?
I think the sky's the limit with him. Just his size, his ability to anchor in. I don't think there's anyone in the league that can truly bull rush him and go through him once he gets his paws on you. I just think he could be one of the best, if not the best, guards in the league.
How farther ahead in terms of what Cromer wants you guys to do? Obviously, Deion's been in it, Spencer, but the rest of you guys were running new last year. Yeah. Is that also factoring into maybe feeling farther ahead this year? Because his stuff's different.
Yeah, I would say so. When I got here, it took me probably till literally week 2, 3 of the season to feel fully comfortable with it. But luckily, David Edwards had him in LA, so he's used to that. He came in last year, he knew everything. Spencer got another year on his belt. Cybo came in as a rookie with him. So I think just another year of all of us just working together and just working his technique just helps tremendously.
To expand on that a little bit, what John's talking about, I think today might have been the first time that anyone took first-team reps along the offensive line, except for the starting five, or what we would expect to be the starting five. How much has that helped? Just every single day, it's you five out there.
It's a huge thing. I think that was the last year. Chemistry is huge upon the O-line. So usually during this part of camp, you've already subbed in guys multiple times. Guys might be only taking 2-3 reps at a time. We've making sure we've taken every rep. I think today was the first time me and Deion didn't take every single rep, so getting a little bit of break. But I think that goes back to last year, how we started all 19 games together, and we just want to build upon that because we had so much chemistry last year, and we want to make sure we're just like that, if not better, this year.
What have you seen from Cedric Van Granger so far in his rookie season? Have you had any advice for him to date?
Yeah, I think he's a tremendous player. He understands football. He's a very high IQ. I think he just, with every rookie, he's just got to calm down a little bit, just let the game slow down for him. So I think this week helped, like when we get into live, go against another team. There's not many defenses like our own that are line up almost offsides, jumping off the ball. I think he's gonna excel when he gets a different team and finally gets the live bullets, and then just is able to calm down a little bit more. So that's what we've been just trying to tell him in meetings. Just don't worry about everything. Just if you lose a rep, you lose a rep. Just keep working on your technique. I think one day it's going to fully click for him, and he's going to fully understand. He's going to be a great player.
What have you seen out of the defensive tackle side, specifically Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones in camp this year?
I think they've both taken another step forward. Like Ed at the 3-tech, he's just there's some plays that you can't believe, like he times up that snap count perfectly and he jumps it. It's just hard to, like, we got to either cut back or Josh get rid of the ball quickly. I don't know if there's many other like nose guards in the league that are technically as sound as Daquan. Like how he works his offhand against your snap hand, just how he's able to turn his shoulders so quickly. I think those two will have a great year in the interior.
Connor, in terms of just Josh's growth, he's talked so much about wanting to be more of a vocal leader, and obviously with his position who he is, being the leader on this team, just now that you've gotten this close relationship with him, has there been anything that stood out about what he's done so far through this offseason and getting ready for this year?
I would just say the communication in general. Like he's always, like, after every series, you always see me and him get together. We're just talking about, he sees what I see, why, like sometimes he might want to over a call and I'll tell him no or not, just so he knows our situation, like blocking schemes and just that feedback. So I don't know if in his first couple of years if anyone really told him no or like other stuff, just so we're all on the same page now, and like he's in our meetings more, just hearing our calls, just knowing we're all on the same page. And I think he's taking that next leadership spot, like talking not just to the O-line but making sure everyone's on the same page. If I'm changing the call, like he's telling the wide receivers they got new routes or whatnot. So I think he's just taking that next step.
Some guys keep up with guys who've gone on to other teams. Have you kept in contact with Mitch Morris? Has that been part of the dialogue to help your transition?
Yeah, so I was texting a few weeks ago, but we're all at Dawson's wedding a few weeks. Actually, now it's like a month ago. But it was great to see him, just catch up. Him and Ryan Bates were both there, so I've been friends with Ryan's for a long time. So it's going to be great to see him again this week. But I've been in touch with those two a lot.
Any shop talk with Mitch? Not at the wedding.
No, we try to stay away from football as much as we can. Just I don't know, it's just better to not talk about it all the time, just to get away from it. So mostly talk about family or how he's got his new beach house down in Jacksonville, just off the football field stuff.
Connor, how's life as a new dad?
It's great. Like I went 3 days without seeing Tatum, and I went home yesterday, and I was like, I feel like she doubled in size. So it's been wonderful being a dad.
You guys feel ready to take on a different team after playing against one another for so long, getting to Pittsburgh? Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I can't wait. Like this week, Chicago's this week? Yeah, Chicago. It's gonna be nice because, just like I was saying before, like no one plays defense like our like they're jumping down our throat, like going against some readers and all. I think it's gonna be great for not just the starting five, but the younger guys get some actual reps against other defenses. And then next week we can go against Pittsburgh and just get the practice with them, then the actual game. So I think it's gonna be nice to get some live bullets against other teams.